All right. So we are going to watch round two and round three of TJ and Aaliyah Golden Gloves, January 8th, 2026. We did a film study for round one. This one's going to be for round two and three. Biggest takeaways so far have been what we've been working on. There are three things that we've been working on, and soon I'll have a film study too of Shireen's Golden Glove performance, where the three big themes are doing what you need to do before doing what you want to do, getting in the flurries. So that was a big thing for us for 2026, getting those flurries in. The New England judges like it. It's super effective, and it's the one weak spot in Lucky Punch's system. It's something that we haven't. It's just something we haven't really stressed or done. And so we're doing it for 2026, and we're winning fights. So it's the proof is in the pudding. It's these flurries, these explosive moments are working. However, and this is what's important, those explosive moments work because we do what we need to do before we do what we want to do. The third thing that we'll be going over, which leads into those two things, are position. Positions, positions, positions. Punches, the flurries, all of that, all of those things are formalities to your position. You have to be in a position to be able to do what it is that you're looking to do. All right, so those are the three things. Again, they are, I'll go backwards with them. They're positions, 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 the explosive flurries, and doing what it is that you need to do before doing what it is that you want to do. So let's get this started. And here we go. So what I don't like here is I I like TJ. I like the gallop in. Like you didn't rush in. You didn't just casually walk in. It was a gallop in. But Ali took momentum. So we have a momentum battle, and Ali took momentum here. Let's just watch this again. For those of you watching, you tell me who has the moment. You forget round one. Forget what you know. Forget who. Forget it's T. Forget who they are. Let's talk momentum. Who has momentum? So you could see Ali started off with momentum. Now we have that separation. So let's back up a little bit. And again, I was gonna complain about your approach, TJ, with the gallop, but the gallop, I like a good gallop, and it was a good gallop. However, I do think Ali had that momentum. I think if you had done that gallop in and then taken an angle, because Ali's coming straight in like a freight train. If you come in and then take an angle, angles are gonna be huge, especially southpaw and orthodox. You have the advantage. So, gallop in, angle. So let's just watch that again. And yeah. So I got you. So watch. Gallop in, angle. Because where he throws the punch, you take the angle would have been better. Hopping off to the right. He's coming straight in. Hopping off to the left or to the right. Pivoting. Anything except this straight line relationship. That's it. But again, it is a TJ. It's a beautiful gallop in. That's just textbook. If you're teaching, so if you're here going, gee, what is the gallop? This is the gallop. It's a great gallop. Yeah, it's a great gallop. And you were defensively responsible. So he gets the shot off, but you could see you're in your guard's up. It was he just hits gloves. Boom, gloves. And then nice hook. You hold his head down. He's got momentum here though. And then little separation. And I love that little jump back. Boom. And then good. So what I like here, this is there's the sweaty tooth madman frothing at the mouth fan that watches. Because as we're watching this, you're like, yeah, TJ, come on, fuck him up. Like, especially like here, you're like, let's go, let's go. What TJ does is he's patient. He's doing what he needs to do before he's doing what he wants to do. There's Ali has momentum. There's a lot of chaos going on right now. And there's that, but TJ stays calm, stays responsible, and then is going to mount his offense after he does what he needs to do. So as I'm sitting here watching this, I'm like, come on, it's like that frothing sort of, let's go. Anyway, so let's watch that exchange again, because let's start here. So we have our moment here. He's not rushing. He's throwing some punches. He's not getting into, and I love that. He's not getting into a fight with him here. He's doing what he needs to do. Ali's got momentum. Ali's got some take back that he wants. TJ's moving brilliantly. Look at that right there. Brilliantly. Throws that hand, ties him up. Brilliant. And you can see the push off. So I don't mind a violent push off. Sometimes, I guess it's all in your perspective. Sometimes I saw that as he's frustrated. It could be also he's just being physical. So it's one or the other. Right now I'm looking at it. He's frustrated. So he pushed. Nothing wrong with that. And again, here, what's TJ doing? Doing what he needs to do before doing what he wants to do. What he can't do is let Ali get too much momentum. So this is a fine line between too much momentum and hanging back and waiting and doing what you need to do before you're doing what you want to do. There's a fine line. Is when do you break that? When do you go, I got to do something here? And nice. Now you can see TJ ran into the 50-50. Beautiful slip by T. Boom. And right there. Right there. No knockdown, but you know what? This sucks. That moment sucks. I've been on the canvas. It sucks. You get up. Fuck. No one likes to be on the canvas. All right, let's back that up. But that's where you could see. That's when TJ turned it up there and got a great result. Even though it's not a knockdown, judges are human. They see that. You saw that. That could have been a knockdown, depending, or at least the perception of, Melissa over here, at least, or whoever the judges over here are. They might see that as, something a little bit different. So now TJ decides he's right there. He's gonna take the momentum. Yep. Referee tells him, well, yeah, okay, no problem. Yep. And now, look who's coming forward, applying a little pressure and utilizing. Now we're starting to get that momentum back. And now's where we'll have these sort of tie-up clashes. And fine, it'll be ugly. Fine. But we're not letting Ali have all the momentum. And also, we're not getting into a firefight. We're not getting into a stupid brawl. Look at that. Right there. That's the thing. I'll let that play out. But that's the moment. That's the thing that we're working on. And TJ just does that. TJ's brilliance is the in and out, and he's developing an in and out, in, out, in. And that, I think, that's a huge thing that we need. And that's a huge thing that we're working on. And look, smart. And he'll get cautioned for doing that. But I want to get back for a second. Just good stuff. Just good stuff. And I know I'm stopping and starting again. You can feel the shift in momentum. You could feel it. At the fight, you could feel it. You could just feel that shift. And that's one of the things that we're working on spotting too during sparring, is spotting that momentum shift. And look right there, TJ has him off balance, knows he's struggling, and applies pressure. And again, the refs hate those moments. I don't mind them. And I love just the way TJ judges distance and is able to just slide in and out. It's crazy. All right, so that was round number two. And again, what I like most about that round is it starts off one way and it ends another way. Um, what I want to do, but I don't want this to be one of those super long film studies. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to, you can either now or later pause this now, or after you watch this, go to round two, watch round two, see if you could spot the momentum shift. See if you could just start spotting when does that shift. It's hard with my starting and stopping it, but when you watch it full, you'll see you and if you were at the fight and you remember, you just feel that momentum shifting back to TJ. All right, so now we will watch round number three. And I'm curious too, how does TJ start this round? Is it a gallop? Because I don't remember. So I'm excited to see how we start. Little gallop in and right into a punch. Good. An interesting start. Starts in a tough 50-50 moment. TJ decides to disengage. So again, it's fast paced. What I like is the decision of we started off with a little brawly, started off in a 50-50, started off in a bit of a clinch. TJ is smart in disengaging, getting enough distance where he can see, think, and decide about what's happening and what to do. He's out of range enough that Ali can't pick him off with the jab. Ali has to come forward. So he's doing part of TJ's job for him by closing the distance. And that's fine, because either way, that distance needs to get closed. And right now, TJ's making the decision to keep that distance long, giving himself time to see, to think, to decide what's happening and what is going on. And he's doing what he needs to do before he's doing what he wants to do. Right there. Just right there makes the decision. And so you could see here. So we had moments of staying. Let's call it. I don't know what to call it. We'll call it he's staying distant. There's long distance, in range, medium distance, the 50-50, and in close, and then and tie up. So let's talk. TJ staying in long distance until he decides to be in medium distance and then in the 50-50. So we have our skirmish in the beginning, and we're in 50-50. Now TJ goes to long distance, stays in long distance. C thinks and decides. Now he starts to shorten that distance. Now he's near the 50-50 and he's coming forward. So now he's applying some of that pressure. Now he's back to that long distance, decides to throw a nice cross. Boom. And then stays in the 50-50 and works. Does what he needs to do before he does what he wants to do. What's he want to do? He wants to be right where he is. He wants to be throwing punches. You guys know TJ. If you don't know TJ, you don't know TJ's from Ireland. The kid wants to fight. But you got to do what you need to do before you do what you want to do. And notice the positioning. So notice that positioning. He's no longer long range here. So he's no longer long range. Look at that. Not in long range there. Has time to see, think, decide to come in. Starts to work. Boom. And applies pressure. Applying pressure and being smart. So you could see there's the momentum shift now. TJ now has that momentum. Just in the beginning of the round, you could see that Ali sort of had more of the aggression, or just appeared to be the one running the show, and now it's TJ's running the show, and you could feel it. You could just tell. And that it's hard to describe exactly how that is or what that is, to the extent that I'd like to here. But it's right, and right there you can see TJ's applying the pressure. He's got the momentum, and Ali does not have the momentum, and Ali is not in a good place. So if we watch this one, we'll watch from the beginning, and then I'll shut up and we'll stop the film study. But I want you to watch this because I want you to see. I'm gonna shut up throughout. I'll even turn up a little volume. Because then you're gonna hear all the crowd, and the crowd's annoying. Watch and feel for that momentum shift. In the beginning, Ali sort of is running the show, but or at least TJ's making Ali think he's running the show. TJ's doing things distance-wise, doing what he needs to do before doing what he wants to do. He's encouraging Ali enough to embolden Ali, where Ali gets that confidence going, gets the momentum, and then TJ takes it. He just takes it. Do I want that? I kind of like the...
Let's go, Teach! Come on, TJ, you got it! Use your job! Come on, Teach!
And I'm going to say it's right around this time that TJ starts to take it back. And you could see even throughout it still has a feel that TJ is allowing Ali to have some momentum.
Come on, TJ! Uppercut! Throw the uppercut, TJ! Yes!
And TJ, just the uppercut's there, buddy. That uppercut's just, it's there.
Let your hands go, TJ! Let your hands go! Let's go, Teach! Come on, TJ! Let your hands go! Come on, Teach! Let's go! Let's go, TJ!
So you could see it's sort of the round has moments. It gets ugly, which is absolutely fine. What I like it throughout. It just has that feel. And again, if I'm a judge and I'm watching, it has that feel that TJ's in control, or that it's is control the word that I'm looking for. It just seems that I guess I'm trying to avoid two. It seems that TJ is the better boxer here. If we're looking at, let's look at this round. It just seems that TJ is the better boxer. and that he's in control of what's happening. So the biggest takeaways are for your training when you're in the gym this week, or right now, whenever you're done watching this and the next time that you're in the gym, look at focus on momentum shifts when you're sparring, being able to recognize momentum shifts. Um, don't worry yet about what do you do during a moment. Shit, he's got momentum. What do I do? Don't worry about that yet. For sparring, don't worry about it. You're sparring. What I want you to do is to be able to recognize and one way of recognizing it is when you're like, oh fuck, I'm getting my ass kicked. That's one way of recognizing it. There are steps before then that you'll start to recognize once you start looking. So that's the first thing. Recognize those momentum shifts, and watch other people spar. And recognize momentum shifts. The other thing is practice doing what it is that you need to do before doing what it is that you want to do, either in shadow boxing, on the heavy bag, partner drills, or sparring. Think about what you want to be doing. Don't necessarily think about the combo of the day. It's your punches are a formality of your position. You can think about, I want to land a 1, 2, 3, 7. Fine. That if that's your goal, then focus on what do you need to do before doing what you want to do. That's what you need to focus on. And there are other little subplots there. I'm not I'm not going to get into it right now, but that's something to think about. And the other thing is, the explosiveness. It's just the explosiveness. That's something that for Lucky Punch, that's something that we're working on. If you're not part of Lucky Punch, if you're just the explosiveness, those explosive moments, especially in New England, those moments matter and they're meaningful. And so practice those. All right, that is it for this film study. TJ, again, just an excellent job. The videos themselves videos are strange because they just don't relay how there's some things missing in the video that you see when you're there, you feel it when you're there, and there are things that you could see in the video when you're not there. Blah 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 blah.